Hi everybody. It's great to be joining you here on this Thursday afternoon, Transformation Thursday. It's Thursday in Australia anyway. And I just want to be sharing with you today a little bit of an update on the energy that we're all navigating right now, and a bit of news from our end, and some of the most important tips for you on how to get over there, because right now you're kind of here and you want to get over there. Hi Amanda, oh my gosh, it's so great to have you here live. I love it when we are able to connect live, and as much as I come back and check out the comments in replay, it's not the same. And nothing brings me more joy than being able to have what we used to call, when I was growing up, D&Ms, nothing you can eat, like an M&M. It's deep and meaningful. I don't know if you used to have those, but that is what I have the honor of getting to do for my job. But it's not really a job for me, because D&Ms was always really natural. And Amanda, I'm sure that it's something that you've enjoyed a lot during your lifetime too. I just wanted to share, in terms of the energy that we're currently navigating at the moment, that bigger picture of all of the energy, not just our own. I personally have felt like the last month we've had was, everything was moving very, very fast. Things were feeling like it was so much to navigate, and we had to get very, very efficient with getting the most out of our day, I guess, or be really overwhelmed by that force of energy coming through, because things are speeding up quite a lot. We are really living lives that are completely different. We operate, I guess, at a faster rate, and our challenge, in order to be the best humans we can be, is to slow down. And you hear it so much. And for me, I'm, your classic overthinking, busy, list-making person, and I really had to unlearn a lot of all of that, because when we're striving so hard, and when we're not asking ourselves, what am I chasing? What's this all about? You're going to end up chasing your tail. And tell me if this resonates with you, about that sense of things happening so fast and you really needing to be being really efficient and keeping your load light, because it's such an important thing to be aware of, that when you're feeling like you're not kind of coping, or you're not using your time, like you're not getting anything done, or not getting the important things done, or being pulled in all directions. And in Amanda's situation, the universe really giving you an actual whack. And sometimes, it takes that to shock us out of the maybe circular habitual thinking that we're having, and it might involve us feeling like we don't have a lot of control, or we don't have a lot of choice in things. And so when we're feeling like that state of what is so often called busyness or overwhelm, it's not that you can't control all this stuff coming at you. Our overwhelm is 100% due to there not being enough priority in the way you're approaching your life. And when I say that you've only got a certain amount of time here, and you start to put a value on time, and you start to stop feeling like nothing is in your control, and start to embrace your use of your time and your relationship with time, and start to be setting an intention each day that you're going to get done what is most important for you and what's going to make the biggest difference for you. When you let go of feeling like, I can't do it all, you hit the nail on the head, because you can't. But when we get very clear on what needs to change, then we really start making some ground. I'm going to put those tips to the side for a minute, because I want to share with you the big news, everybody that's watching, that I haven't been here for a couple of weeks going live because so much has been going on. I'll put the first big shocking news out there is, I know that in the alternative community, there's a lot of resistance around vaccinations. I'll probably lose like 200 followers from this, but I had my first vaccination a couple of weeks ago, and like nothing happened. And yeah, it's up to you to make your own choices. And for me, I felt that that was an important, responsible choice to make, because there's a lot of people dying, and they're not old, and they didn't have pre-existing conditions. And this is something, it's a bit of a wake-up call, and it's choice. So that's one of the things that was happening for me. And the much more exciting thing that was coming to fruition was on the 12th of August, I opened the very first program that is designed for people to become really self-empowered and working with quantum energies in a way where they're having a group community experience in our Transformation Academy. And I haven't even really, I don't feel like I've been talking about it a lot here on Facebook. I probably have made some posts, but it's a funny old world, the organic Facebook post, where some people might see it, some people might not. But it all happened here in a Facebook community, and the Transformation Academy is off to a flying start now. We're in week 1, and it just brings me so much joy to see people that, some of them I've known for quite some time, and some are completely new to what we're doing. So that opportunity for me to share, explaining what the heck quantum processes are and why it's so important to be so aware of your intentions and your thoughts, and to be grounding your energy, and to be doing all these things that I teach, so that you can access all of the power that exists within you. Because when you're just running from pillar to post, when you're disassociated from your values, and you're not setting priorities, and you're not aware of how powerful you are and the limitless nature of how you are. You think about it, when you're born, did you wake up with all these, wake up. Were you born and became conscious with a whole lot of fears and trepidation and dread about all the things you're not going to have? Totally never have I met a baby that is like that. That is not how you're created. It is a choice that people take on because we're told that that is what reality is. And what is so challenging for me, what I wanted to share with you, is when I'm bumping into people on the street who will tell me with great devotion that their life is so hard, or they don't even put it there. They say life is so hard and it just gets harder. And I think, oh my gosh, like, just get away from me. I don't want to be in this energy. And I don't buy into that matrix-like belief that nothing works out for you, that every decision is hard, that there's no way that you can exist in a state of flow. There's no goodness available to you. That separation from the belief in being able to get everything that you need to get done. Now, notice how carefully I chose my words there. To get everything that you need to get done. Not everything you could possibly put on a list, but the things that resonate with you, that are important, you can get those done in one day. If your life depended on it, you can get them done. if your life depended on it, you can get them done, definitely. You won't stop until they're done. So that's what I mean about priority. And the people that I meet who agree to do work with me in the Transformation Academy are 100% women who are sick of not feeling like it's happening at the speed that they want it to. You know, so many people have this big question: how do I get from where I am, which might be single or without a job or in a job they hate, or wanting to feel more fulfilled, like really detached from joy and fulfillment. And they say, how do I get from here over to there? And there's this fictional there that exists. Well, you're already there, because you're already creating whatever your experience is. And your perception of that experience is, that lies within you, and how your point of view, and what you make of a situation, and a number of other things. And so this work on getting over to there is much more about bringing there to you, being a much more aware of what you're magnetizing, what you're bringing into your life, what you're allowing into your life, and what spiritual teachers are available to you. And spiritual teachers come in the form of books. It's like, it's not complicated. People around you, songs that you hear on the radio that suddenly that particular line out of the song, can't remember what you call a line in a song anyway, suddenly you have this awakening and you think, it's like, and it means something to you. So your life is teaching you things all of the time and giving you opportunities for waking up at another level. And I always, you know, I make the Transformation Academy and that processes that we're doing there, I make it sound really simple. But obviously it's not. And you that know my story know that I was a person that was 100% detached from joy and had given up hope 100% when I had experienced sudden loss. And that grief journey was not overnight. It was a long journey. And I've met so many people. Oh, Amanda, it's such a great comment from you about the Transformation Academy and how it's going in week 1. Yay! And I'm just cheering for everybody, absolutely. And it's so hard to not come into the group and look at like what everyone might be saying and how they're going. Anyway, got to let it just happen. And when I was going through that process of navigating grief, like that didn't disappear overnight. And when I meet people who are recovering from a loss like divorce or loss of a loved one through them transitioning, or a loss of a job, or usually, I mean, a lot of it is loss, or loss of physical health, being really unwell. And this sense of being out of control of their life and being out of control of their capacity for joy. It is such a great opportunity for delving into how were things before this, going back over our lives and looking at the influences and the teachers that we've had in life and what our beliefs are and what place we're operating from, because what you believe is possible in your over there destination has so much to do with how far you're going to go, and your priorities around changing the life is hard belief. You know, I hear people, sometimes they're people that are working with me, sometimes they're not, talking about how they're feeling really bad about themselves because, you know, they've got really overwhelmed and got sick, let themselves get really run down, or they've been flaring up at people that they love or people that they don't love at work, and they're becoming this person that they don't want to be, and that they believe that life is really hard and they can't make it work, and they're really believing that it gets harder, and they're annoyed with themselves. And that annoys me a little bit, but I'll tell you what I want is I want that person to get so over their situation, to get so annoyed with themselves that they're ready to just burn it all down and move on beyond it. Because by putting their desire for change into action, by agreeing to take action and do something about it, over there, that destination suddenly becomes a lot closer. It sets, it's like a ripple effect. It sets the wheels in motion for the change that you want. And I've seen this in my own experience, but I see it all the time where people will talk about the change that they want, and they will feel that they can't access that there's something in the way of that. Or they might say, oh, you know, I don't have any time to work on myself right now, or I can't afford that right now, or I, you know, have tried stuff before. Now, all of those reasons are the kind of blocks that will get in the way of people becoming aware that change is temporary. Took me a while to learn this, because change can be very painful, because you've got to go to some places that you might have been emotionally shut down from as a way of coping with stuff that you haven't looked at. And as I got better and better at witnessing change in myself, I got more familiar with the physical lightness that I experience when I've moved through a change and beyond it, and that joy that becomes available. It's so important to know that there is something better for you over there. It is available to you, no matter what you've tried before, because what you've tried before was a choice that you made at that time, and it may have got some results, it may not, but our dedication and our belief that change is possible for us, that's where I was going to say the meat is in the sandwich. I don't know where that one came from. That is the meat in the sandwich. That is the power, is that belief that it's possible for you to change, and that the painful parts will, like any procedure, the painful parts will end, and that it will get better, and that healing is possible. Like, I'm standing before you, or sitting in my house before you, because I can't leave my house in lockdown. I am that evidence that you're looking for, that change is possible and that healing is possible. Because remember, things were really crap for me. I hope this is not going to get banned if I use that word. Things were really bad for me for quite a long time. And even when I experienced what you'd call having it all before my grief journey, I did have a great lot of things going on, but I was still really stressed. I was still firing off at everybody. I wasn't in the best, most aligned, most, aligned version of myself at all. And being able to be completely happy just being in my own energy. I mean, that is the goal, 100%. So if it's possible for me, who was starting from a low base, it's possible for you. And I absolutely know the tools and the pathway because of all of the hundreds of people that I've helped along this path, all the hours and hours of holding that space for people to go into those uncharted waters and those difficult, painful spaces within us that are, they're ripe to be removed, basically. And I want a better life for you. That's why I've created the Transformation Academy. And what I've noticed in this energy lately is I've really got to ground my energy a lot. So what I would say to you is, if you want more mental clarity and you want to feel better, you want to feel a sense of connected and not feeling like lonely, because loneliness is a real problem right now. One of the most powerful things you can do is you can do grounding processes. It's more than just going for a walk. It's really about shutting out a lot of the external distractions and influences and grounding your energy back into the earth electromagnetic field. And if you don't know how to do that, or you feel like I do go for a barefoot walk and not much happens, there are much more powerful processes that I have available for you free. Let me know in the comments if you want a copy of the grounding process. And I also have a heart center meditation, I think it's called. It's a meditation to connect into that energy center that's in the chest. It's one of the biggest ones. And that is a really, if you can imagine what love feels like, and if you can imagine what connection feels like, that's available to you. There's never anything outside of you that you need that you have to go looking for. But learning these processes and learning how to use these tools is life-changing. And if you want to do that, just let me know in the comments and I'll happily send that to you for free. It's just toolkits that I know the world needs. And I don't want anyone to be feeling like they need to feel lonely or without choice or without mental clarity or without connection. And the tools that I offer will teach you that. I don't want anybody to be sitting on the fence thinking, life's really ordinary and bad now, and I'm just going to put off the change I want. How much longer can you handle being in that state with all those things that annoy you and frustrate you? There's nothing standing in the way of you taking action. It's just a decision. So when you are ready to do that, you get on that path, definitely. There's so many people, so many books, so many podcasts, so many things that you can go to for information. But I know that the women in our Transformation Academy are definitely ready to put one foot in front of the other and make that biggest progress towards becoming their limitless self. And that's my dream for everyone, absolutely. So I hope that you've found this perspective helpful today. And it's always so great to see what you're sharing in the comments below about your journey. And I always come back and have a look for questions or requests for any tools in the comments below. And I'll look forward to connecting with you every Transformation Thursday, having a soulful Q&A where we get to look at the big questions, look at what people feel held back by, and just to know what is available to you, because, you know, we're all here to have an inspired life. And if you don't want that, that's a shame. You're probably on the wrong page. You're going to hear us talking about that all the time because it's available to you. It's yours for the taking. And I see you, each of you that come onto this page, and I honor you in being in this community, in really diving into what's available to you. And Amanda, I will definitely send that to you. And really just knowing I see you on your journey, and I see all of the comments. I hear you wanting that progress and change, and it's available to you. I honor you in all that you're trying to achieve for yourself. And just remember to be really kind to yourself.